You know, I wasn't sure if I was gonna do a video tonight. I've been having a sabbatical right now, taking a leave of absence for. I know it was kind of after I done those other videos, but I don't know. I've been taking a leave of absence ever since, and I know it's just bad news all over the place as it is, and a lot of losses, and I don't know. I've kind of suffered my own too. I don't want to get into much of it, but I feel like I'm just doing this video to I'm not trying to dodge it or anything. I just need I'm not trying to put myself in that dark of a place, and I'm trying to remain positive, because I'm kind of all over the place right now, and I'm just seeing a lot of bad things and everything. Like I said, before I kind of get in the review, it's just a lot of things to talk on tonight, but maybe my tone will change a little, but just a bad loss. It's like probably maybe 6 or 7 days ago, I lost something important to me, and in a way I feel like I am kind of dedicating this video to them. I don't know, just my granny. I don't want to get into that much. I just want to say this: she fought very, 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 very hard all the way to the end. I don't want to talk in that much detail on it. Maybe a later date. But I did everything I could. I just wish I could have stopped it. That's all I really wish I could have done. I just kind of wanted to say that before I done this video, because I don't know, I'm just kind of all over the place right now. So fucking dementia. Fuck. Yeah, but I don't know. I just kind of want to say a little on that before I start with this video, though. It's just I've had a lot of just time. I just needed to do something to kind of keep me off. I'm just trying to make it a little positive right now, but maybe other day I will speak on more of it. But I just want to speak on that, and it's like I said, my mind's all over the place right now, and I just wish I could have stopped it. I don't know why I keep saying that. I just wish I could have stopped it. And it was a hard battle. But yeah, I just miss all the time now. But yes, but I will probably speak on that at a later date. But in a way, this is, I don't know. I just feel like I need to talk, just to at least get through a good maybe hour, 40 minutes. Depending on how long this review goes. But I just want to say something on that real quick. Maybe I'll speak on it tomorrow. Maybe other times I will. But I just want to speak a little right now. But this is a go-home show to Monday Night Raw for SummerSlam, which I feel like they've only had nearly 2 weeks to build this show, to be honest. And in Pittsburgh, which this crowd was very up and down throughout the entire night. It's 1 minute they were a little hot, but they just kind of were very low half the time. And before we did kick off the entire show, there was pretty much the entire roster was out there, and there was a moment of silence for the unfortunate shootings that just keep happening right now. But to the victims of El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio, over the weekend. And, I'm not going to get in that much of it. I'm no politician or anything. I don't really speak on politics, but I will say this. This shit's just coming way too common nowadays. And it's horrible. And we know who does these shootings and stuff, okay? We know, like, people know, okay? And, it's unfortunate that you have to keep seeing shit like this, especially 2 over the weekend. But it's like nowadays it's just becoming way too common. And what did they try to blame today? Trump, video games and the internet and stuff, which, all that's not really even true. Don't get me wrong, I've heard about video games being violent for years, but to blame video games on shootings because of white nationalists and everything, that's not a good excuse, or even mental health. It's just crazy motherfuckers that know what the fuck they doing, going to kill somebody, okay? So I'm not getting into politics, but I just think this shit's just coming. I've said before, it's already too common, but, the question is, when does it stop? But after they did do a moment of silence for the victims, they pretty much went off, kicking off the show kind of different with Samoa Joe, talking about the whole Roman Reigns, who tried to take out Roman Reigns situation. And pretty much Joe didn't like the poll that thinking Joe did it. As Cole said, hey, we just went by what the fans think and everything. Joe said that 80 of the fans are idiots, more like 81%, as they showed the video again. Pretty much says the cameras were all over the place. There's no proof I was there. I'm not the culprit. I demand an apology from Roman Reigns tonight, and he will get it. And if anybody has a problem with that, since he was on the table, Becky Lynch pretty much came out then as she made her entrance, because during during Samoa Joe's promo. Samoa Joe, I will say his promo was great, but then again, like I've said this before about Samoa Joe, he can always put a great promo out there, and he's doing his damnness, but I just feel like the guy, when you see him, you just know he's gonna lose all the time. It's just kind of hard sometimes it's just hard to take Joe seriously sometimes, because the guy is going to lose. But we just kicked it off with a tag team match, which was Becky Lynch and Charlotte, which literally makes no type of sense, because months ago these two were in a triple threat match at WrestleMania in the main event and feuded for a very long time. But they tagged together to face Trish Stratus and Natalya. So this match, in some ways, it didn't make sense who was tagging with who, but I will say one thing about this crowd, too. Like I said about the reaction, I was very surprised Trish barely got a reaction out there. I'm like, really? Nobody popped for Trish Stratus? The person that was mostly over was Becky, because people chanted her name, but I swear this crowd did not even know who Trish Stratus was when she came out there. And looking at this match, in a way, some things did make a little sense, because I know Natalya did most of the work, which pretty much they advertised Trish anyways, which Trish was out in her gear. Let me remind you, Trish did nothing in this match, okay? She just stood on the corner the entire time and probably moved around a little, but because I'm thinking, okay, maybe we're going to get a preview, but hey, we got to get those ratings up, so let's just put Trish on there, and she didn't really do anything, because it was mostly just either Becky, Charlotte, or Natalya doing most of the work. But it ended up with Charlotte, she knocked down Becky, which at least that made sense, because I was like, why am I tagging with you? We've been enemies for like many months, just been kind of away from each other now, but they've been months ever since even after WrestleMania 2. As pretty much Charlotte, after she knocked Becky down, Natalya had put in a sharpshooter then. Becky Lynch yelled. She got to the ropes. Let me remind you, she never tapped out. But the referee pretty much counted to 5, and Trish pretty much stopped her then. Natalya pushed Trish, but Natalya left the ring as Trish tried to help Becky Lynch. So there was things that didn't make sense here. Number one, they kept Charlotte and Trish away from each other, so let's not try to give it away for free right now. B, I just don't even know why they even had Trish in this match. At least she could have done one move or something, but she didn't. Natalya at least gives an edge to her in a way, especially to hype this submission matchup with Becky this Sunday. Charlotte attacking Becky makes sense, because why the fuck are we even tagging with each other after we faced each other for many months, even after WrestleMania? So at least they were finding ways to build towards their matches this Sunday. And like I said, it puts heat on Natalya for what she did there. And even, Charlotte kind of helping face, even though she was on the opposite team, but she's a face. And then, like, when Natalya was doing, Natalya pushed her off. So at least that did make some sense. So there are some things that did make sense in the show tonight. I will say that. But yeah, you just had Trish out there. She didn't even wrestle. Rey Mysterio went against Almas, I guess because of the whole mask thing next week. These two always put on great matches with each other. I know we haven't seen them face up in a minute now. Well, last week technically too, but Rey and Almas always deliver. It's just it's not really a feud right now. They just had another great match, just to have another great match. So, from Rey jumping out of the ring, doing a rolling senton to him and his Canadian Destroyer, Almas in that back elbow to his double knees. Because Rey is 619, Mysterio went for a splash, but Vega tried to get involved. Almost blocked it. He was going for the hammerlock DDT, but Rey tried him with a inside cradle, but almost got it there. He got a power bomb in. He tried to tear the mask again at Rey's mask. The ref had tried to stop him, but as Rey was on the ropes, Vega hit him almost like a neck breaker or a clothesline on the ropes. Almost didn't hit his hammerlock DDT for the win. So I'm sure it'll be a rematch again with these two when it happens. But Rey and Almas, they always put on great matches in general. So it's really nothing. I'm not disappointed. Like I said, it's not really surprising what you see from these two. Just great shit. At least Almost got another win on there. But then again, knowing this company, they'll probably do some 50-50 booking next week, and Rey will win the match back. Or it's going to go into a feud, or it's going to be, some people are already saying it's going to be Mask versus Hair. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. Could happen, could not. But I did really like this match. It's just they really got nothing going on unless they're going to build some type of feud. But then we saw this months ago when we saw these guys in the feud, and it didn't really go anywhere technically, but they still put on the hell of a matches though, and once again they put on another great match. So that was good. We then went next to the 24/7 title of Mike Bennett and Maria at the OBGYN, or the gynecologist, which this looks so cheap. This wasn't even a real doctor's office. This looked like backstage of Raw. You put some chairs in, you put some purple drapes on, maybe a light and everything. It even looked like a real doctor's office, okay? Oh, it was early today at 2 p.m. Dude, this doesn't even look like a waiting room. It looks like you just had some purple drapes or a wall, some chairs, put a couple signs up, and yeah, we'll call it a waiting room office, which didn't even look clearly like a waiting room office. It looked horrible, okay? It just looked cheap. Low budget at the same time, too. And then Maria's wearing a hospital gown, and I guess Dr. Tony Bird, I think that was on the wall or something. Mike Bennett hugged her and everything, good luck and everything, but the referee, it was actually the doctor disguised as the referee was disguised as the doctor and counted. So at least I was kind of clever, as, he's hugging her, but she's on her back. She's pinned, and Mike Bennett won the title. But as he ran into the waiting room, then R-Truth dressed in drag as a woman, as Carmella's dressed like a dude. Then I guess too. Truth ended up pinning Mike, becoming a 11-time 24/7 champion, as he left him with a toy baby. So yes, Mike Bennett and Maria continue to like idiots, I guess, or the cucks I like to call them. That's what I would say. But this first of the whole segment looked cheap. Let's say that. It's almost like WWE couldn't afford a real doctor's office, which we know they can. But Truth win again. I somehow, like I said last week, Truth was addressed as the doctor, which I thought was gonna be last week. But one way or another, he was gonna win that championship back, and yes, he did. He won the 24/7 title, and of course, Carmella jumped on his back, and they both ran off. Then, so the chase continues. Triad Caruso interviewed Becky Lynch, as she talked about what's happening tonight. She's gonna be she's changing the business because Natty has let down Canada for years now. She can bring all 1,000 members of her Hart family if she wants. It's not gonna work because while Natalya was on reality show changing in a bikini, I was changing the world. Natalya was on Instagram trying to protect make her perfect duck face and everything, or perfect her duck face. I'm the one that was main event in WrestleMania, okay? And that Natalia, you're not even a hero to Toronto anymore. I'm the new hero. They then went to Cher Schreiber, who interviewed Natalia, talked about how, it's gonna be a huge celebration in Canada. She's gonna, if I can't break her arm and everything, because Becky Lynch says you're not gonna break my arm or anything. Even if you do, it's not gonna stop me because I'm not gonna tap out. I'm gonna hit you with the sharpshooter and become the new Raw Women's Champion. But I actually liked the first hour Raw. So the first hour wasn't really that bad if you count 24/7 thing too. I didn't mind that, but first hour wasn't really that bad at Raw. We then went to Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. Heyman came out, talked about what happened last week and laughed about it, and tried to tell Brock about what happened and stuff. Mercy on Rollins, but that WWE needs a new hero. Heyman pretty much said that what Lesnar did to Rollins was borderline criminal, which people kind of started to cheer him for it. Heyman pretty much said he doesn't know why fans are willing to cheer for someone to go down a blaze of glory. But it's, Heyman said that Rollins he had more balls than brains. But Seth Rollins, who came out limping with a steel chair in his hand, as Lesnar smiled, this is almost pretty much stuff that happened kind of before WrestleMania, and even with Roman before WrestleMania. It's just, Rollins walked down slowly, and then, this is just got really bad here that I'm sure a lot of people didn't really care for, but Rollins tried to go with him with the chair very slowly. Brock is just kicking the crap out of him. Let me remind you, this crowd was very flat for this too, and they just looked like they did not give a crap for it. They were just like, oh, Brock's beating up Seth, like they didn't even care for him. I guess this was supposed to gain sympathy for Seth Rollins, but no one doesn't care. They don't care. They didn't care. Brock throws him around. He's hitting him with the ribs. And, he's got the rib tape and everything. And, he's just getting thrown all over the place. And even Heyman's like, what is wrong with you? Why did you even come out here? And Brock just beat the crap out of him and gave him an F5. And like I said, the crowd didn't seem to care. And it's just like, we know what happened last week. But, dude, people just ain't really caring for Seth Rollins. I've said before, the guy's almost just coming off very, just unlikable damn it at this point. But now it's many reasons due to either WWE creative booking, as some would say, or even stuff Seth Rollins said on Twitter. But dude, people did not care about Seth Rollins getting beat up, and you can even hear some people chanting one more time. And to make it even worse, you have him cut this promo, and it just so dead. It was like by the way, it was during commercial. Brock attacked him again before they even put him on a stretcher and stuff. They just kind of, he went in there and got him. But Rollins just got on a microphone then, which this promo did not him do any favors. He said, you love something so much, you're doing anything to protect it. And he's breathing heavy. And, he getting beat up, the pulp inside and everything, week after week. And, when Seth's talking, it's not helping his promo. What else does not help while he's cutting his promo? They're all chanting, what? They're giving him the what treatment when he's talking. And he said, for the answer is yes, he says. And he said, it's all I am every second, every single day. And, I'm going to do whatever it takes pretty much. And, it said SummerSlam, I'll beat Brock Lesnar, guarantee. And he dropped the mic. And then people started burning down after they chanted what at him at first. Now it's a burn it down chant. But Rollins pretty much said don't bring out the stretcher. But listen, this promo didn't help. This whole thing didn't help at all. Whatever they were trying to do to get Rollins the most sympathy, listen, that may have worked before WrestleMania, and even they tried that with Roman before too. But when the fans are chanting one more time, they're chanting what, and they don't really care, because all I can see is stuff like, yeah, I'm not over. I came out here. It's not working. Listen, there's a lot of reasons why WWE has messed up Seth Rollins, because, like I said, it's just unlikable. One other thing, I guess, is because of the whole Becky type of, thing, her getting involved with that feud with Corbin and doing many favors, too. And I guess WWE's just looking at it as, Seth's not over. Now, do I think Seth's going to win the championship this Sunday after what I saw here? Knowing WWE, most likely, but the fact that you just sent him out there to get killed again by Brock, and then that promo didn't help either. what makes me really want to see Seth Rollins the champion again. I will say they've creatively destroyed Seth Rollins to make him just very less over now at this point than what you saw months ago at WrestleMania. So this is not working, okay? And no one didn't really seem to care what happened here either. When they either silent during the whole beatdown or the what chance after. So it did nothing. Okay, it did nothing. It did nothing for anybody. Okay, and the whole Seth thing was it just looked pathetic. I just thought it was damn near pathetic. I said, what is he doing? Like, come on now, it just got bad. But moving on from that, they went to Kurt Angle. Then, of course, Pittsburgh. He's here. He was gonna be the special guest referee for Cedric versus Drew. And he said he was glad to be back in his hometown. So the Street Profits come out and they started chanting USA. And, you know, they talked about, of course, they got a title. Their titles on the line this Saturday at NXT TakeOver Toronto. So, yes, I don't know why they're even on Raw. But I will admit the thing with Kurt Angle was kind of funny, though, because they started kind of beatboxing the Kurt Angle's theme song. And they had these cups. And he says, you know what? You got to hang with us and everything. You know, they took out a cooler. They had some milk. But Angle said, I promised my wife I wouldn't do anything crazy. But then Montez like, nah. You got to drink milk. I'm talking to Kurt Angle, the Olympic gold medalist, or am I talking to Mike Kanellis? Who am I talking to here? But Kurt did drink the milk and join the party, but Drew McIntyre pretty much showed up, and he says, remember I humbled you last time by making you tap out and everything to your own ankle lock the last time we were in the ring. And he told Angle, you better not step out of line, or I'm going to use my boot to crack your skull with it then. So, that happened. But I will admit the Street Profits with Kurt Angle was pretty funny, though. I did enjoy the whole beatboxing to his song. And the fans did chant, you suck, while they were beatboxing to the song. So I thought that was pretty fun. The Viking Raiders, they beat up two job guys. One I have seen on Impact Wrestling before. Idris Abraham out there. I do know who he is, but who cares, okay? Silence. That's all I have to say. Not over. Silence. Nobody cared. Just, you could hear a pin drop in there if not. Why are the Viking Raiders or whatever facing job guys to this point? I don't even know. But it was so quiet you could hear a pin drop that why did you even send these two out there? Because WWE most likely has no idea what to do with them. So hey, let's beat up two more random job guys this week. So there you go. They also talked about, unfortunately, also the death of Harley Race last week. I know some people wonder why they didn't do it at the beginning of the show, but, I understand why they didn't do it, but at least they did still honor him in the, later in the show and stuff, and, they talked about his career, a lot of stuff, mostly outside that'll be him being an 8-time NWA champion, his feud with Flair. I will say this. I didn't grow up watching Harley Race, so I don't really have that really any type of memory because I wasn't even born even during that time. But I've done my research, everything. Like I said, some say one of the last tough real men in professional wrestling. One of the most toughest legit people in the business in general and stuff. And some would say one of the greatest NWA world champions of all time. They talked about a little bit of King Harley Race also and everything. So it was a good video package, though. I will say that. So it was very enjoyable, just kind of talking about his career, because I believe he passed away at the age of 75. Like I said, I've seen that video now, and I saw the one the NWA put on their website too. So it was really good. I did enjoy that. Like I said, I didn't really grow up watching Harley Race like that. I wasn't around, but I do know stories about him for years, though, and that was really good. And the fans chanted Harley as after the video package happened. So that was really good on Harley Race. Kurt Angle then came out. He had a referee shirt on. Cedric came out, but Drew attacked him from behind. These two pretty much started attacking each other. Then Cedric did he jumped off the barricade and pretty much went a tornado DDT. Next thing you know, the Fiend comes out, Bray Wyatt, and I guess the mandible claw is now part of his moveset. I know people are already calling him now a Mankind wannabe because of the mask and other stuff, which I can see the similarities. And he's not doing Sister Abigail, so he's doing the mandible claw now. I have no problem with it. I know a lot of people have been saying now. So now you got two guys. You got one guy doing the Stone Cold Stunner every week, thinking he's the new Austin, and now you got another guy now thinking he's Mankind doing the Mandible Claw. I wouldn't think that, but then since someone brought it up, I'm kind of starting to think that now. But I don't mind it. I kind of like that he had at least a new move, so we'll see where this goes. I didn't really expect him to attack Kurt Angle though, but he already attacked Mick Foley. That's one legend. So he still got to face Balor this Sunday, so I guess we'll see how I built that matchup. We'll probably see what happens tomorrow night on SmackDown too. But him attacking Kurt, it was alright. Like I said, I don't think the crowd really reacted that much to it, but him coming out, it was alright. But I guess Cedric and Drew probably have to wait for another day. I wanted to see that match, but they'll probably wait till SummerSlam, until I know. The New Day, Big E and Woods, since I'm just not even going to go into the whole wild card thing because half the SmackDown roster was here anyways, went against Gallows and Anderson. One thing I will say about the OC was that Luke Gallows had face paint on, so at least it's almost like, I'm not saying it's Bullet Club, but at least, when he was in Bullet Club, he did wear a lot of face paint out there, so I did think that was a nice touch and everything, as they did kind of acknowledge it. Oh, they wore it in Japan. Pretty much just the bell ring. The OC did attack the New Day. Styles got involved. Ricochet came out for the save, which of course this was going to go into the obligatory 6-man tag. The match was already started when it came back from commercials, so at least I'll give you one thing. But usually nowadays, like, they got to ring the bell as soon as the commercial comes back after. Not much to say from this 6-man tag, but Gallows and Anderson did hit the Magic Killer on Woods for the win. So, pretty predictable. I will say that, looking what happened. But yeah, AJ and Ricochet is still this Sunday. I don't know what Gallows and Anderson are facing. I don't even know who they're facing this Sunday anyway, if they even have a match for SummerSlam. But, yeah, obligatory 6-man match. So, yeah, I don't really care about that much. But, yeah, the OC go over, of course. Someone was talking to Samoa Joe in the back, saying that Reigns was on his way to the arena. Samoa Joe came out then, calling out Roman Reigns. He wanted an apology, but he says, we're going to play your way then. You know what? I'm going to sit in this chair in the middle of the ring. I'm going to shut down Raw until I see you in person. He gave him to the count of 3. He didn't come out. Pretty much saying Roman was scared, and that was his fault. Next thing you know, a CM Punk chant happens, which usually WWE tries to edit this out, but for some reason WWE took the volume up then, and you can hear the CM Punk chants even louder. And Joe was pissed, and he went to the parking lot, which Joe was, not Joe, but, Roman Reigns actually arriving to the show, even though it's the 3rd hour of Raw, so why are you even here on the show? It's late anyways, but, someone already told him earlier that he was only arriving to the building, so he was never really there yet. He was on his way there, he didn't arrive. But Joe went to the parking lot yelling at Reigns. Reigns was arguing with him, but next thing you know, Reigns jumped back in his car, and this car with like tinted windows, you couldn't see who was in there. But I'm sure people are already making a joke right now. Who tried to kill Roman Reigns, which the car did slam into the back of his car. It slammed into the back of his car. Roman was in there. Joe looked confused, didn't know what to do. And, when the guy showed up during commercial, Joe opened the door, pretty much told Roman to stay there as they tried to get some medical help. Triple H then checked on him too. But I look at this whole who tried to kill Roman Reigns. I still thought it looked silly in some type of way because you saw the camera. You did see a different camera change angle here and there when it happened and everything. But the whole who tried to kill Roman Reigns thing, a lot of it, this segment makes sense, but doesn't that make sense at the same time? Because right now, I'm sure the joke is Rikishi did it. Like, Rikishi was the one driving the car. Like, someone tried to run over Roman Reigns. Well, it could be the same guy that tried to run over Stone Cold Steve Austin years ago. And is Rikishi going to come out and say, I did it for The Rock. I did it for the people. Is that how it's gonna be? Good, try to take out your own family again, I guess. Or hey, some people are already saying right now, could it be the Usos, huh? Could Rikishi send the Usos to do it, since the Usos are always helping Roman? List, I wouldn't trust the Usos in the car driving anyways, due to the multiple DUIs they got going on right now. One of them could be drunk and almost kill anyone anyway, if you want to go in that type of joke territory. But some people, I'm still going with Daniel Bryan, in my opinion. Well, I guess we can take Joe out of the equation since he was standing right there, or maybe he's a mastermind behind this. But all right, hear people say Buddy Murphy or whatever, but Joe, I don't know why Joe thought he was already there when someone had told me he was on his way, so he never was at the building yet. And it's funny, I'm already now hearing people saying, "Oh, CM Punk is now the gonna be the mystery opponent for Roman." Listen, I don't even think CM Punk's even nearly signed with this company. Okay, so I don't know why I heard people on the internet saying that tonight, but I don't know. Will we find out this Sunday or maybe tomorrow night, or most likely Sunday, who tried to kill Roman Reigns? Who tried to run him over? I think this is kind of odd that they're going in for this, especially just right around the corner from SummerSlam, and they did this last week, which was just very badly shot, and how just that whole segment just looked horrible. But since now someone tried to run him over and they drove off, now we gotta figure out who it is. Who is the mystery, huh? There you go. I just gave a few ideas out there, but it's probably gonna be someone that we don't expect. I'm still going with Daniel Bryan, but even me bringing up the Usos, that could be intriguing if that did happen. But like I said, I'm already hearing the Rikishi jokes. I did it for The Rock. I did it for the people. So I don't know who tried to kill Roman Reigns, but the mystery continues, huh? Somebody call I don't know, detective. Somebody call Sherlock Holmes. Somebody call Scooby-Doo in the gang. Maybe they'll get to the mystery machine and try to solve the case. So I don't know what the detectives there are. Who else is a detective, huh? Batman, Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers. Yeah, who else is a detective? Who tried to kill Roman Reigns? And then next, this was probably one of the worst parts of this show. This whole match. The Iconics, the Kabuki Warriors, who they messed up their entire entrance and just, the whole name was bad on the graphic. Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, and Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross in a Fatal 4-Way elimination tag match for the women's tag team titles. And I didn't want to be right on this. And I kept thinking this was going to happen during it. And I really, really didn't want to be right about this. But something told me I was going to be. Okay? And this is what I think. This is what I think on it. Number one, this match was all over the place. This was very botchy. Number one, just didn't even have a good ending to it, I thought. Because so most of these women are on SmackDown, right? How are Bliss and Nikki Cross involved in this match? I get the other three teams, as that looked like that was going to go somewhere at SummerSlam. But, oh no, let's not do it at SummerSlam. Let's do it tonight on Monday Night Raw. Number one, the crowd did not care at first. One thing I will say, you got the belts off the Iconics. Two women that have held those belts for 4 months since WrestleMania. April, May, June, July, now August. Okay, 5 months, or I think 4. And now you finally took the belts off of them and they did nothing because of a little simple V-trigger-like thing from Mandy Rose. So one thing, you took the belts off the Iconics. That's good. They sucked, okay? They were a horrible team. But what do you do next then, huh? This whole thing was just clunky. Asuka did the Asuka lock, I believe, which is kind of bad on. I think it was Mandy Rose to get the next win, and then we got to the Kabuki Warriors. That name is horrible, but Kairi Sane and Asuka against Bliss and Nikki Cross. Might I remind you, Bliss did not really do a lot in this match, and I'm sitting here watching this, and the finish was so bad. I thought this looked stupid, alright? Because Bliss, kicked Asuka, I think, out of ring or something. Well, no, Asuka had took down Bliss, kicked her. Kyrie was gonna go for the elbow drop, but Nikki Cross got involved. Asuka tried to stop her, but next thing you know, Nikki Cross pulled the ropes in to trap Asuka in there. Bliss did a kick on her, and then she did that horrible punch. The punch looked bad on Kyrie. She missed the whole punch, okay? It looked so missed. I'm like, dude, she didn't even hit her, all right? That punch was very, very bad. Punches Kyrie Sane, like she has to sell the move like it was death itself. And then does a twisted Bliss, doesn't hit her, and now they're the tag team champions. And I didn't want to be right about this. I really, really did not want to be right about it when I saw it, but all I can really say from this is fuck this company for this stupid, horrible ass decision. It's stupid, okay? Why do we continue to give this girl several title shots, okay, for no reason? I thought last week was bad with Alexa Bliss with the whole thing on Raw with Becky. And it even worse when they had to pin Ember Moon on SmackDown, who was the challenger for the title. But let's have Bliss win on SmackDown since she can't win on Raw. And now you put the belts. So let me get this straight. You took it off one horrible team that sucked and couldn't even wrestle, and now you put it. No, this is no knock on Nikki Cross or anything, but you put it now on another girl who was even a worse wrestler now. Okay? Well, dude, just kill the whole division. Kill the division, kill the title, screw them, screw this company, just screw the belts, just get rid of it, okay? I knew this was a joke before these tag titles, ever since the Iconics had them, but now this is even a bigger joke, okay? This is a way bigger joke, and I don't care if any one of those Bliss marks or whatever, and trust me, they're all over the internet. These guys come like annoying flies gnats. Listen, I've dealt with them niggas before, so I can handle that, okay? They suck. I've had my interactions on Twitter. They're retards. Just ignore them. But why? What sense does this make? Like, let's not do the match at SummerSlam. And like I said, this crowd did not really care till at least a little bit towards the end. But you even hear the crowd groaning and moaning when they probably expected Bliss to win. Something kept telling me. And let me remind you too, all these teams were on SmackDown. Let me remind you that. But let's put it on somebody on Monday Night Raw. But we can't have, 3 teams from SmackDown win one of the titles? Trust me, I wouldn't mind Asuka and Kyrie win, which I kind of wanted to win anyways. And then I wouldn't even mind if, Mandy Rose and the Bill won also. But this stuff right here dude, I've said it before. They pushed this girl to the freaking moon, like past the galaxy. Screw that. Past the freaking atmosphere or the galaxy. You know what? You want to go crazy? Let's go to the multiverse then. They'll push her past the multiverse if they got to. That's how much this has gone far. I just kind of sat there. I just said, fuck this company, okay? It is stupid. And pins Kyrie Sane. Pins Kyrie Sane. This is dumb. This is stupid. Okay, this is retarded. Like I said, there's many people to blame in this. Of course, booking, but like I said, screw the division, screw the titles. Just kill it. I don't care anymore. I didn't really care that much to begin with, but now I don't give a crap about those women tag belts, okay? Just destroy them. Destroy them. This is a joke. You took them off one bad team, and you put it on a girl who's even worse, okay? Nikki Cross, she's not even bad, but it's just now you took it off 2 women who are already horrible for even more worse, so these belts are not over. Get rid of them. Probably one of the worst things out of this entire night. This whole fatal 4-way elimination thing was just very botchy and clunky anyways. But, hey, you took it off the Iconics, but you put it on someone worse. So, where do you want to go with this, okay? It's freaking retarded. Just dumb. Just stupid. Freaking stupid. They talked about WWE 2K20, of course, coming out. But then they had Miz TV, a contract signing, which was supposed to be Miz and, Dolph Ziggler. Shawn Michaels came out. Of course, he has NXT hat on. People chanting HBK. Miz introduced Ziggler as the Piranha, the WWE. Ziggler pretty much came out. Piranha, I'm not going to do the ass kissing and everything. And that, Ziggler claimed, I'm carrying this coming for the past, over the past 10 years now. And none of what have you two done. Ziggler said that, if I win SummerSlam, I'm going to finally get to the appreciation and respect that I've deserved for many, many years now. Fans, like they said, didn't care about this segment. He didn't care about Shawn when he came out too that much. Ziggler signed it, but Miz said, Ziggler, here's the thing, Dad, on this. Notice how the fans are legends. It's you. You've been doing this. And Miz pretty much says, I can't wait to get my hands on you next week on Monday Night Raw. And I thought I was like, botch it first. But then Ziggler was like, what? Miz pretty much said, you didn't read the fine print, do you? All right? Miz pretty much said that, has many SummerSlam moments ahead. But the guy Ziggler wanted to face, he may not have a lot left, he said, for SummerSlam. Which he looked at Shawn Michaels at first, but Shawn was like, well, it ain't me. Which then I'm sure this came in everyone's mind what was going to happen, since they've had Ziggler bury Goldberg for almost 5-6 different times on Raw and SmackDown now. Who walks out? Goldberg, which actually woke the crowd up and chanted Goldberg then, as Goldberg came to the ring and pretty much told Ziggler, yes, I know you've been talking smack about me for the past few weeks. Guess what? You're next. As he signed the contract in, people chanting Goldberg. And as Ziggler walked up pissed off, Shawn Michaels comes out of nowhere with a sweet chin music, knocking him to the ground. So at SummerSlam, it will be Goldberg versus Dolph Ziggler. I kept saying this was possibly going to happen, and now it is going to happen, since they've had him bury Goldberg for over a month now. So especially in reference to that Saudi Arabia thing. Do I want to see this match? I'm a little intrigued now. Listen, if Goldberg can redeem himself for what happened in Saudi Arabia, then okay. If he can do that, then I'll turn a blind eye on that, okay? Because I've already came on here. The match really was horrible, and I blamed a lot on Goldberg. So if he wants to come back and redeem himself from that, okay. Some people thought Matt Riddle was going to come out. Maybe they could have did Matt Riddle and Goldberg, but knew that was most likely not going to happen anyways. But the fact now it is Goldberg versus Ziggler. Okay, since they've been pushing that. Overall, listen, they only had 2 weeks of build for SummerSlam. I just felt like, especially Raw and SmackDown, they've been throwing matches together, hoping it sticks and see what's possible. Do I think they've been kind of done a bad job building up? Yes, I do. I almost thought it was a go-home show, because they haven't really had a lot of weeks to work off on to building this go-home show, and I just thought they was throwing matches together. Some I'm interested in. A lot of them I'm really not, but at least they kind of intrigued some things around here, especially with Goldberg showing up at the end, at least to wake the crowd up and make it into a bit of a surprise and everything. But what else? That whole women's tag thing, I just thought that was dumb, and just putting the belts, just giving Bliss another belt is just retarded as it is anyway. This makes no sense. But hey, kill the other teams that are on SmackDown now. Kill Asuka and Kairi Sane. There you go. Just kill them, why don't you? The Brock and Seth thing, I just did not really care for. It didn't do Seth any favors, especially trying to get some type of sympathy. And the microphone thing was just even more horrible right after that promo. It sucked. It just sucked, okay? I enjoyed Ray versus Almas. I even enjoyed the beginning in some ways with the women and stuff. Just kind of how they were booking it and everything. Trish didn't really do nothing. But I liked it. I did like the match though with, like I said, Ray and Almas, but like I said, 24/7 title thing is kind of whatever too. But looking other than that throughout the show, I'm trying to remember. It wasn't bad, particularly safe, but there was still a lot of things that just did not make a lot of sense on here. I will say that. The club and AJ on them was just kind of whatever anyway, since it was a 6-man tag and stuff. Wyatt showing back up wasn't really that bad too. I will say that, such with the Kurt Angle thing, but I guess they didn't really have nothing else to do but attack Kurt Angle in general. So there you go from that. Who tried to take out Roman Reigns. Listen, Joe's a great promo. I'll give him that. But this whole who murdered Roman Reigns, tried to murder Roman Reigns thing, who's trying to take him out? Who's the guy trying to take him out? I've already tried to say who it was. I did it for The Rock. I did it for the people. Or it could be the Usos, maybe. I'm just taking a guess on that. So there's a lot to take in and from this. You know, I will say about Seth, like, why didn't nobody even come out and help Seth, such like Roman? But like, he was just arriving to the building anyway. So there you go. But yeah, the show overall. Excuse me. So overall, though, it has up and down this go home show, but you know the fact that they've only had to rush this thing in a few weeks, we'll see where this goes because SummerSlam's gonna be very, very long anyway. So we'll see what happens from this. Excuse me. We'll see what happens from this, but yeah, I just feel like they have got a lot to build off on. That's why I feel like they were doing some matches tonight, but that whole women's tag thing is a joke. It's a joke. It's a freaking joke. All right, it really is. It is a joke. So I will say that. But overall, that is my review for Monday Night Raw. Like I said, I'll see it in when the next show up, mostly tomorrow night for SmackDown. But yeah, if you can, and I'm probably in the comment section. I actually kind of saw a little already, but you know, some people did kind of, I guess, send a prayer and everything for what happened and stuff. So they very well appreciate it. So thank you for that. Excuse me. Like I said, I'm getting a little tired right here because my eyes are working out on me. But like I said, Raw, like they had a lot going on, but still had a lot look like they sucked too. So you can look at it how either way you want to look at it for Raw. So there you go. We'll be back for SmackDown tomorrow. But like I said, I'm like, you just knew the bullshit was going to continue, especially after the first hour. That's when the bull crap kind of started to continue with stuff going on and stuff. So there you go on that. But overall, I ain't done with this review. Comment, subscribe, what you think about Monday Night Raw or anything that's going on right now. So, yeah. That's what I would say check out and stuff. But, yeah, I need to get something to drink. Probably some water right now or something. But, yeah, that's what I thought about Raw tonight. So, I will see you guys later. Follow me on Twitter at Hoodie890. See you guys later. Peace out.